From Davante Adams' potential move to the New York Jets to Justin Fields taking his talents to Atlanta, we're diving into the crystal ball to predict the wildest trades that could totally flip the 2024 NFL offseason on its head. Justin Jefferson to Miami Dolphins. The word on the street is Justin Jefferson might be packing his bags for Miami. The Dolphins are thinking about trading for this superstar, and they're not playing small. We're talking a big-time first-round pick, number 18 no less, and maybe a few more picks to make Minnesota really think about it. Jefferson is like that guy at the party who's always the center of attention. For good reason. He's been catching footballs like they're magnetized to his hands, even though the Vikings have been more up and down than a yo-yo. Now, imagine him joining forces with Miami's crew, which already has speedsters like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. But here's the catch. The Vikings know Jefferson is a gem, and they're not just going to hand him over. And, of course, Jefferson's going to want a big paycheck soon. So, the Dolphins are playing a high-stakes game of poker here. They're betting big that adding Jefferson is their golden ticket to Super Bowl dreams. It's a mix of excitement and, are they really gonna do it, vibes. Think of it as that risky jump into the pool from the high dive. It could be an epic splash or a bit of a belly flop. Davante Adams to New York Jets. The Jets are potentially trading for a superstar receiver, while the Raiders might receive the Jets' 2024 first-round pick, notably the 10th overall. Now, Devonte has been showing off big time, proving he can catch footballs like a boss, even without his old pal Aaron Rodgers. But winning games? That's been a bit of a tough cookie since he and Rodgers went their separate ways in 2021. Adams and his Raiders buddies have been like those kids pressing their noses against the candy shop window, watching the playoff party they can't get into. Dan Graziano over at ESPN let slip that Adams isn't desperately waving a trade me flag, but he's kind of the guy you know won't stick around at a party that's lost its vibe. Especially since the crew that brought him to Vegas is gone, including Derek Carr, his college quarterback. So, sticking around in Vegas is looking about as appealing as being the last one at a party where you don't know anyone. The Raiders, not too keen on letting Adams just hang out and cash checks without contributing to a winning season, are thinking it might be time to send him on his way. Our top player, Devonte, is sitting pretty on a big pile of money. He's got 3 years left on a huge $140 million deal he got in Vegas. Starting from 2022, he's been catching footballs like a pro, showing off some really amazing numbers that make people think he could be the most valuable player. It seems like he could be just what the Jets need, especially now that they have Rodgers on their team, potentially forming a dream duo. His stats are so good, they make you think of a top player. Having Devonte might be the key for the Jets to do well, and with Rodgers already on the team, they are poised to be an amazing team. Devonte's amazing skills in football and his big contract show he's a key player. This duo could really propel the Jets forward, leveraging the existing synergy between Devonte and Rodgers. Jonathan Allen to Green Bay Packers. There's talk of a potential trade where the Green Bay Packers might acquire Jonathan Allen. And here's the skinny. Packers get a new defensive tackle buddy, and the Commanders score a 2024 second-rounder sitting pretty at number 41, plus a fourth-round pick, kicking back at number 125. The Commanders, after a season that was more facepalm than high-five with just 4 wins to 13 losses, are mixing things up. Enter Adam Peters, the new head honcho with a to-do list longer than a grocery run before a snowstorm. Top of the list, find a coach and build a team that doesn't have fans wearing bags over their heads in shame. With 9 draft picks for 2024 and a craving for more, the Commanders are looking to do some serious makeover moves. Jonathan Allen, after 7 seasons and shining like a disco ball with 2 Pro Bowl nods, might be moving. Despite his sack numbers doing a bit of a limbo dance this year, he's still been out there giving it his all. Allen's not been shy about wanting more wins, kinda dropping hints. Cue the Packers, who, in the wake of the Aaron Rodgers era, are doing okay-ish but could really use a hand stopping the run and getting more quarterback tackles. their defense has been a bit like Swiss cheese. Too many holes. So, they're betting big on Allen to be their missing puzzle piece, even if it means saying bye-bye to some draft picks. But hey, for a star like Allen, it's like trading in your old bike for a motorcycle. Could be the game changer they need to beef up their defense. Khalil Mack to Detroit Lions. There's speculation that the Detroit Lions might acquire Khalil Mack in a potential trade, which would involve them giving up a 2025 fourth-round pick. Additionally, they would be assuming his significant one-year contract worth $23.25 million. Though it's important to note that this deal isn't guaranteed and hasn't been finalized yet. It's like trying to thread a needle while riding a roller coaster. Kind of how last year the Arizona Cardinals had to let go of DeAndre Hopkins because his price tag was as steep as a mountain for a guy his age, despite him being pretty awesome. Now, here's the kicker. Mack's not exactly a spring chicken at 33, especially for someone who chases quarterbacks for a living. But he just had a killer 2023 season, so the big question is, are teams getting the superstar Mack of last year, or something in between his last couple of seasons? Mack's moving from the sunny AFC West to the gritty NFC North, back to where he used to cause havoc with the Chicago Bears. The Lions, under their wizard GM Brad Holmes, have been picking up young stars left and right, nearly hitting the jackpot last season. They're not usually big spenders, but adding a pro like Mack could be the secret sauce they need to go all the way. Whoever gets Mack is probably going to want to keep him around longer with a new contract. Mack himself might be eyeing a chance to hit the free agency market if things don't align. Justin Fields to Atlanta Falcons. There's a possibility that the Atlanta Falcons could acquire Justin Fields from the Chicago Bears, potentially trading away their 2024 second-round draft pick, currently projected at number 43. It's like the Bears are at a diner, staring at the menu, not sure whether to stick with their usual order, Fields, or try something spicy and new with the new number 1 and number 9 picks they've got in their pocket. Fields ended 2023 on a bit of a high note, winning 4 out of his last 7 games and keeping things tight, never losing by more than a whisker. But let's be real, Fields has been a bit of a mixed bag. His passing? Meh, with just 61% of his throws hitting the mark, racking up 2,562 yards and 16 touchdowns. And then there's the oopsies, 9 interceptions and 4 lost fumbles, plus getting sacked a whopping 44 times. Though when it comes to running, the guy's got legs, sprinting for 657 yards and scoring 4 times. The Bears might be eyeing USC's Caleb Williams or UNC's Drake May as the new face of the franchise, which makes Fields a prime candidate to be traded. Even though they spent a king's ransom to get him in 2021, the rumor mill, powered by ESPN's Jeremy Fowler and Courtney Cronin, suggests they might only get a second or third round pick back. Now, let's talk about the Falcons. They've had trouble with their quarterbacks, Desmond Ridder and Taylor Heineke. They didn't score much. The team is now trying with Fields as their quarterback. They want to improve their attack by having him play with fast runners Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier. This might help the team do better. It could let Kyle Pitts and Drake London play really well in the passing part of the game. The Falcons have been struggling with their quarterbacks, not finding one who is really good. But with Fields joining, they hope to change this. They think he can work well with Robinson and Algier, who run fast. This change could be what the team needs to get better. Pitts and London, who catch passes, could also start playing much better with this new strategy. If you think we hit the mark or missed it by a mile, drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more NFL Madness.